Hi, I'm Jade. I visited the phlebotomist before, but I was a little scared. I thought if I read you this book about what to expect, it will make you feel a little bit better. I know I did. Going to the Phlebotomist, written by Christina Toy, illustrated by Debbie Ramalia. To all the people who keep us healthy, CT. To my daughter, Alicia, DR. My dad is taking me on a trip to see a hippopotamus. He says they will draw blood from my arm. The reason they do this is to run tests to make sure I am healthy. We arrive at the laboratory and I pull a ticket from the check-in kiosk. We need to wait our turn. When they call number 40, that means it is our turn to see the hippopotamus. Now serving number 40, it is time to go into the room. I sit down on my dad's lap in a big chair that spins. There is a blue pillow beside us. This is where my arm will go while the hippopotamus draws my blood. There is a person who comes and sits next to me and my dad. My dad says they will tie a rubber band around my arm and put a butterfly needle into my vein. My blood will be drawn into a plastic tube for testing. The person asks my dad for my name and birthday. After, they put the label on a plastic tube. They look at me and say, "This label tells us that this blood specimen belongs to you." My arm is done cleaning. It smells strong and makes me feel scared. My dad tells me that is the alcohol from the wipe. They need to make sure my skin is clean before the needle goes in. It will only feel like a pinch or a prick, they tell me. My dad holds me tight to remind me that I am safe and protected. He says it will be very quick. I start to cry because I am scared. Before I know it, the person says, "All done, you did great," then puts the bandage on my arm where the needle pricked. The used needle goes into a special red box. As we walk back to the car, I say to my dad, "I thought we were going to see a hippopotamus." He smiled at me and said, "Oh my, haha, I said phlebotomist." Today I learned that a phlebotomist uses a needle to draw blood. The blood is tested to make sure people are healthy. Even though some of my blood was taken out, my body has already made more to replace it. Getting my blood drawn seems scary at first, but I barely remember how the needle felt anymore. I think it felt like a pinch my little brother gives me when I take his toys. I was disappointed that the phlebotomist was not a hippopotamus. Dad says next week he will bring me to the zoo to see a real hippopotamus. The end. Thank you for listening. I hope you feel better about your visit to the phlebotomist.